So, Mr. Kennedy, you have stage 4 cancer, and definitely, I'm sure you've had your first chemo. What was the experience like, and what also went through your mind after that? With experience with your health after the chemo, and then the doctors that are also, looking after
Well,
you.
when I first learned that I had cancer, it was cancer stage 3.
Okay,
But I've always had this pain in my back. I've been a veteran for almost 15 years.
okay,
I've always gone to the doctor. They check my prostate, but 2 inches up above my prostate is my pancreas. They never even thought to check my pancreas. And one of the main causes or side effects of pancreas cancer is back pain. They never thought of to check that. So by the time I found out that I had pancreas cancer was from emergency hospital. They found out. That right there hurt me to the core that they didn't even take the time to check me for the I should have never had pancreatic cancer stage 4 without having pancreatic cancer or stage 1, 2 or 3 then 4. But they just went straight to 4. So by the time a doctor told me I had cancer stage 4, they couldn't operate on me because that's too far gone. So I had to go through chemo. I should have checked out the complications of chemo, but I didn't. I thought, you know, I the my way of thinking is, hey, if I have to do chemo, give me the best or the strongest chemo to get rid of this. I feel like I'm strong enough to get rid of this. So don't hold back. Give me the chemo. You gonna give me chemo? I want to come out of the chemo like the Hulk, like I could transfer to the Hulk. So the doctor gave me the strongest chemo, and I remember it wasn't bad there at the hospital while they was pumping the chemo through my heart. They have to put a port in your chest
yes,
to put the chemo straight to your heart. So the first 12 hours, I was I was fine. My family took turns to come in and see about me. You know, they allow one person to talk to you and comfort you. But I didn't know that they would send me home with the chemo. So they sent me home with chemo for 2 days to finish. And that's when the chemo really took its toll. Is when I was home in my own private bed and I stopped. Well, I know when I got home I was okay. I sat in my chair and reclined and kind of fell asleep, and it was still pumping through my. Then when I woke up, I couldn't move. I couldn't move my legs. My wife and her mother put me in the bed, and for 2 days, I burned like I was in hell. I burned like I was in hell. That I smelled sulfur. I had nightmares. I had visions of people killing me. I had 2 dogs at the time. They was very protective of me, not to let nobody in the room. I saw evil visions of when you're burning like you in hell, you start seeing demons. And I have a Great Dane and a pit bull, and they just protected me the whole time. But once the chemo was done and I went back to the hospital and they unplugged the chemo from my vein, on my port in my chest. I went back home and those visions stayed. They stayed. I, then I started having